Show up before you're shining is the affirmation of the day. You being here, being seen before you're ready is your purpose. I was projecting, but seeing this radiant being on screen, share her stepping away after years of building her brand following because she found God, ignited a fire in me. Why is she stepping away now? A fire that I need to keep. It's the reason I share with you. A fiery dedication to bringing light source divinity love to places and spaces where it's needed most. Like the online landscape, the left behind neighborhood, the neglected child in you and out there. There are spaces that need extra love and the fiery kind. The one I saw in Creasy Bear. The character from Man on Fire played by Denzel Washington. He's the one who's willing to create a bloodbath in order to save Dakota Fanning's character from the cartel. A powerful love, a fatherly love, a dominating love that exists within all of us. I wanted to be loved that way as a kid, and I still want that. But I know it's about loving life that way. Loving others with ferocity. Loving to love. I feel the highest love isn't fully surrendering, but has some bite. Why would it keep trying to penetrate through us all? If not, it's fighting to break through us, for us to surrender to it. It is not passive. It will set you ablaze. You'll shine before you know it. So that was my writing for today. I wanted to start there this morning. Let's see if I can just flow today. Hey you, I'm Anissa. Today's video is for anyone who feels like every time they get an internal redirection, that means that they need to tap out of the external world and work to heal in privacy and be a hermit and not come out of the hermit mode until they're fully formed. That's been the case for me historically, and I'm retiring from that way of being and existing. I really am exhibitionist when it comes to everything that I'm going through in life. It just feels good to honor the freeness of being a person who's in progress, a person who's constantly learning and growing and healing and flowing, and knowing that that will be a forever process, therefore allowing it to sometimes be public as well. There are specific times when we go through moments where we don't feel like we can show up in the world, we can be engaged with people, be extroverted, be routine about the things that we used to do the things that we love with a sense of discipline, because we feel this internal restructuring or weakness or not enoughness or low mental health mode. And this video is for anyone who knows that they don't want to continue to revisit this internal hermiting zone every time that they are going through something, because life continues to happen. That's an inevitability. And so how can we get better at also maintaining patience with ourselves to not be our absolute highest, most bright, shining, radiant selves and still showing up and being like, this is the version of me that's coming out today. And that's okay. And maybe this version of me is going to surprise me and show up more brightly than I feel internally at this moment. Most of my videos are reflections from my lived experience, things that are coming up for me this week, with the hope that it will support you in anything that you're going through. We are all each other's healers. We provide a mirror to each other to see ourselves more clearly, and I hope that you continue to delve into the self-inquiry process and ask yourself the deeper, more meaningful questions in this lifetime and get to know yourself and explore that wonderful, incredible person that you are. If you enjoyed my videos, definitely like this one, subscribe to this channel, and stay in tune for uploads each week. What can you expect from this video ahead? I'm going to share how this topic became relevant to me this week, the importance of stepping into our light and working to shine despite not feeling the enoughness or the preparedness for it. You might be in the daily practice of finding it for yourself. Maybe you're working to land into the position of feeling fully grounded before you go out into the world, but constantly you're not feeling that groundedness, wanting to be fully enlightened, fully embodied, fully feeling it, fully shining, fully radiant, fully all of these things. And that's holding us back from doing it regardless of showing up, regardless of staying dedicated or staying disciplined regardless. And I'll share the way in which this applied to me. The topic was sparked after finding a YouTuber actually who was sharing a video around creating videos regularly and she felt that it was her pathway to financial success and freedom, and she started making all of these viral videos. And over the years, she was able to accumulate brand deals and a lot of attention and a lot of external validation, but she felt it was robbing her soul ultimately. And she made this kind of final video, and I've seen this of a lot of folks. And she made this final video saying, now I found God. Now I found source. Like, now I know that I'm worthy, I'm enough. And therefore, I'm not going to pursue doing this video uploading thing because it's really robbed my soul. She had the intention of doing it for financial freedom and less so as a creative expression or for an inner state of fulfillment or wholeness. It was hugely externally focused. And so I just continue to come across these people who, in this final video of hers, it was like very illuminating and very important that she was like, I went internally and I did all this work and I excavated what was behind my need for validation seeking and this and that. And now I have felt this level of peacefulness, therefore I'm not going to participate in sharing videos anymore. And that's kind of a lot of what I've seen in different ways. And I've been historically looking for role models of folks who are embodied, and I found this level of power within myself that I don't need to seek the external validation, but I have fun. I have fun literally putting up videos, because that's the case for me. Like, I have fun doing it. I have money. I don't have to do these things, but I have fun. I personally deeply enjoy it. When I feel like a level of love and overflow, I want to share it with others. It's just my natural highest state of being, and I was seeking to see other people who are operating from that state. I wondered why so many folks feel like now that they've reached this level of inner serenity or whatever, that they're not in that state of sharing, and they're not coming out because they feel like they're doing internal work. And I would love to see more people who are works in progress and figuring out things for themselves and sharing about that as they're figuring it out, learning as they go. 2 days ago, I went to see my dad. He has terminal illness and had a stroke last year, and it's just been a steady decline and kind of waiting for him to die at this point. And that brings up a lot of stuff for me around my relationship with my dad, my relationship with death, the importance of death in my life as a reminder of how to live. A lot of stuff that I acquired from my dad in regards to achieving, especially most hugely externally, to validate the person that I am, to feel like I'm enough, and how I've been constantly working to decondition and deconstruct that from my identity as an individual. And I've come to actually step back and laugh, because some of me is naturally ambitious. I'm like a deeply ambitious person, but it's not necessarily towards external achievement. It's not for the appeasement of other people. I have a lot of Aquarius in me. There's a natural rebellion almost, but I do simultaneously have a lot of ambition, and I have fun and playfulness in approaching achievement of different things, milestones, whether it was climbing the marketing career and being able to work at these top corporations, or it was climbing the start of this acting career and it's getting all these credits on major TV shows, or just entering competitive realms in the outer world is fun for me. I take it pretty playfully. It feels like a game to participate in the matrix in that world. There is simultaneously this feeling of, if I don't reach this milestone, then not the level of completion that I think I'd want. But then I don't want to continue to force myself down pathways that are out of alignment with my soul. I have to be here. Through this week, I was doing a lot of thinking. And then I had to drop back into my body and be in the state of, if I knew that everything that I desired in this lifetime was working out, everything that I truly desired on a soul level, not on a checklist external level, if we really believed, if we really had the knowing that everything that we wanted in this lifetime was going to work out, then wouldn't we start acting like it today? Wouldn't we start expressing like it today? Wouldn't we start empowering other people like it today? Wouldn't we be okay to not be experts or certain But share during periods of uncertainty. Share during periods of us not feeling enough. Share during periods where we don't feel like we're radiant and shining, but we feel like we're figuring it out and doing a decent job of it too. Last week's video might sound like a little contradiction to this because it was about being your highest self and working to show up as your highest self. But it's usually working to show up as your highest self. And if you reach that highest self level, if you feel fully enlightened and embodied, congratulations to you. I always go through waves. It's part of the human experience is to enjoy the highs and enjoy the bottoms, enjoy the ups, enjoy the downs. I finally watched the series that I'm on, American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez, and I had such a pleasure playing the role that I play on episode 5 and 6. It's not out yet. Look for October 9th. It's a character who lives in the shadows a lot more, who is pretty unhealed and projects that into the world. And I do love playing these characters who have darker energy and work from darker vibrational states because of trauma or pain. And then I love pulling myself out of that. I love the person that I am on the other side of that experience once I decide to return to Anissa's soul. At returning, it's kind of the pleasure of enjoying all that is the human experience, enjoying ourselves in the high vibrational states and in the low vibrational states, when we feel really great in the world and when we don't feel great. Like, how can you actually have some pleasure for you're not feeling enough? How can you gain a lot of satisfaction from being this in progress state as well, from being this constantly deconditioning state, constantly healing state, and simultaneously do the things that you love, not withhold moving forward, because we're also in the self-inquiry journey of analyzing and healing and all of those things. Not get stuck there. Celebrate your state of being today. Know that you do not have to be the shining, radiant light in the world. You can show up, and your natural shine, your authentic shine from the place that you are in now might be enough to really be everything, to also surprise you with what comes through you. Know that love is always working to break through you, whether you feel it strongly and it's very pronounced, like I've found God, or it's not very pronounced and you're like, I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm just entering the unknown, and this is great. Sure. Thanks for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it. Subscribe to this channel for weekly uploads. I hope that in this week ahead that you feel more enoughness in your state of not feeling enough, or you feel more embrace. That the love is always working to penetrate through you, regardless of if it's obvious to you. Love this process of being in discomfort as much as you enjoy the times when you feel radiant and the world is externally validating that as well. I appreciate you being here. I'm sending you so much love.